We made love.
Who you made love with?
Eve, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta at the airport too.
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer
that was with us. These days, whenever people mention Hollywood rappers, I can't help but think of a rainbow coalition, because ever since Diddy was imprisoned, there are more rappers who aren't suspected of being on the DL. Then there are fingers on one hand. Okay, I'm playing, but for real, there are rappers who have rocked the scene their entire lives. But we're only now learning about them. What's even more crazy is that the people we always assumed were the hardest in the game are actually the most bizarre behind closed doors. Who would have guessed that all that thug life energy was just a front for them to live? I never would have guessed that Orlando was involved in all of this. But for a minute now, people have been speculating that he is deep in this Diddy mess, and has been shutting it down by avoiding anything connected to Diddy. However, when the internet decides it's your turn, there's no running, no hiding. And not even your ancestors can save you from that fire. In that clip, Orlando was out here name-dropping folks, and he had gotten down with y'all. You catch him mention Busta Rhymes. Honestly, Busta always gave off that hardcore energy. Assuming that Busta Rhymes has been slandering a number of rappers who once admired him, let's get started. Let's go back to the time when Busta Rhymes was asked that shady question, and his response was to simply tell everyone to keep their mouths shut. A lot of times people don't realize how insensitive it can be to comment on the things they only know from what they've been told. He went on, I believe that clarity is the absence of misunderstanding. Thus, everyone should keep to themselves until that statement only makes sense to people who haven't tapped into the internet and looked into what's actually happening, because with all the testimonies, receipts, and plain evidence flying around online, what do you mean by minding your own business until the truth is undisputed? Excuse me, sir. That happens, justice should be served appropriately for everyone involved. And that's precisely why people began to criticize Busta, because his entire demeanor gave the impression that he was attempting to cover up something. Diddy, but when he went and claimed that he had never attended a Diddy party, people went crazy because, don't forget anything, the internet began displaying a ton of receipts and, first, a full 2010 video that showed him speaking at a Diddy party with other celebrities. If that wasn't awful enough, Diddy was even calling him his childhood friend.
I better believe it. Shot at Dab Jam, and we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Accidentally to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe. Let's do it way big.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best.
But it's all coming together. It's no surprise that people are claiming that Busta was attempting to defend his boy Diddy when he hit him with that mind your business talk. But let's face it, the internet wasn't about to overlook that. They were just getting started, so they went ahead and pulled up that clip of Orlando Brown. You know, the one where he was out here naming celebrities he allegedly got down with, and Busta. Oh, his name was right there on the list, bold as day. Now, some people dismissed it, assuming Orlando was just on one when he said all that. But fast forward to another interview where he was pressed about it once more. And this time, he went even further, revealing how the industry has been out. They're preying on young people for years.
Will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. And people done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. People, a lot of stuff done happened.
Mainly because it's more dangerous.
I mean, rappers now. I mean, this is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get fucked up, and they do it to you forcefully because
Busta Rhymes. This is where the pieces really started to fit together. These internet detectives weren't stopping, and the next thing you knew, they unearthed another video, this time from a rapper named Trip Alley. According to Trip Alley, he was just out walking with his friends when Busta pulled up on him, but it wasn't a friendly hello. Instead, Busta grabbed his hand and wouldn't let go, saying he was holding on to him very firmly, making it extremely uncomfortable. Busta then invited him to a party, telling him they could hang out in a private area. Now, tell me why that sounds so familiar.
Grabbed my hand, and he shaking, he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta.
Why would you approach a stranger on the street and invite them to a party right away if you weren't up to something shady? Come on, Busta. That move was way too fast compared to your spit. And if you believe Trip Alley was merely trying to reach you with his story, you might want to reconsider. Following, because he presented a whole different scenario that sounded so familiar. Remember that interview where Big Homie talked about going to a club with model and rapper Don Benjamin? He claimed that they made friends with a few people there, and guess what? Busta Rhymes was right up in the mix. Now look at this. There was another guy at the club, a gay lawyer, who was just hanging around. And Big Homie claimed that he couldn't take his eyes off him. He claimed to be watching him closely before inviting him to their section, but it didn't end there. When Big Homie was asked why no one ever seemed to criticize Busta, he replied simply that everyone is too busy taking advantage of the benefits. Busta then pulled him aside and had a brief private talk in the corner. Now, what exactly was being discussed? That's the actual question. VIP Air's backstage access is used for music video shoots, and no one is fumbling with their position. But the real kicker, Big Homie, continued by saying that Busta detests having women around him. According to the story he told, there was a time when a woman dared to touch him, and this man allegedly just poured a drink on her. Tell me that isn't suspicious.
A group of people at this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
Nah, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So he got it was
Whether Busta is gay. That isn't the problem here. However, when you become so upset at ladies that you end up pouring them drinks, it's a mess. And let's face it, that kind of response says a lot. It's understandable why the tabloids have been spreading stories about Busta Rhymes allegedly being caught leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman at this point. People both inside and outside of his circle are saying the same thing. And now more people are coming forward with statements like, "I knew something was up when I saw that video of Busta throwing a drink at that girl for touching him, and he was mad. Rap's dead for me now. Every time I hear it, I have to cover my ears in fright. It's not just rappers, it's Hollywood. Period. Not to mention the US government. But what do you all think about all this? Are you buying into these rumors? Or are you guys really believing Busta Rhymes has been on the DL messing around with young rappers all this time because of why these receipts keep piling up? Let's get started. Leave your opinions in the comments. I'll see you all on the flip.